and a very big welcome to my brand new solo podcast. I am the podcast guy, and it's an absolute pleasure for you to join me on today, which is a pretty big milestone in my life. As you can see behind me, I turned the big 4-0-0-0, which is absolutely awesome. I'm going to be discussing turning 40, my holiday celebration in Tenerife, and also back to work. So today I woke up. I didn't have to do a take to work run or a school run, which was nice. I got left to have a lie in, which was absolutely amazing. I got up around about 8:25, so what's that? About an hour and 20 minutes ago. I come downstairs, peace and quiet. The dogs were barking, a nice little greet from them. I came down to my cards on the side because, fair play, they decided that they wanted me to have a lie in rather than see me before they had to go out today, so I really do appreciate that. So, I had a card from the doggies, which said Grandad on it, so I was a little bit concerned, but it does say to Daddy and Granddaddy inside. I got a card then that says, that moment when you realise it wasn't a fart. That's from my youngest. I'm not quite sure what she's trying to tell me, or if she knows anything. Perhaps it's an age-related thing. A card from my boy. King for the day, no bed the rest of the time. Oh, he's going to pay for that later when he gets home from. That's probably why they left me in bed and they didn't want him here when I opened this card. Another one then off my eldest, which is a bit more, I was going to say a bit more of a serious card. Happy birthday, Dad. My aim in life is to be as funny as you, in brackets, think you are. I've noticed that there's a bit of a trend emerging here. Piss take cards, and they weren't here when I opened them. And then I had a great one then off my wife. Husband, you can charm, style and wit, but most important of all, you have a fabulous wife. And fair play, she's been absolutely amazing. She did spoil me for my birthday. And, you know, people do sort of week-long and month-long celebrations for the big birthdays. I've definitely had a week-long celebration. She took me to Tenerife. All-inclusive for a week, which was absolutely amazing. We flew out with Tui last Monday. The weather wasn't absolutely the best. I think a lot of people were shocked that I didn't go to Benidorm for my birthday, but it was actually nice to have a change. Like I say, we did a bit of exploring. I got 1 tattoo, she got 3, because she does love a little bit of ink. Well, we both do when we go on holidays. This time, though, we did have our ink while sober, as opposed to Benidorm. We usually have about 10 pints, which I know you shouldn't drink when having a tattoo, but, you know, that's just the way that we roll. So, yeah, my 40th celebration, I think I'm riding it out now. Today has to be the last day that I celebrate my 40th, as I've celebrated it a good week before. But an amazing time out in Tenerife. It was nice to just chill as well, you know. Life is so hustle and bustle with singing around the pubs and the clubs. I've gone back to work, which I'll talk a little bit later on about as well. And as for now, you know, taking on a solo podcast. I was in a podcast called Acting Up Podcast with Katie Mattel and Amy Elizabeth. I decided for me, I just wanted to do something different rather than just sort of focusing on entertainment industry podcasting. So my podcast is open to anyone. So I will be having some special guests on. Those special guests won't necessarily be, you know, there may be 1 or 2. You know, it'd be great to perhaps get Katie and Amy onto the podcast with me, because they're 2 awesome women who are so much more than the entertainment industry as well. Katie has quite a few businesses, and Amy, she's got a young family as well. So in regards to that, it'd be nice to get them on and just to be able to podcast their lives rather than, you know, podcast what they do per se in the music industry. We're going to be having Gavin from Ruthless Roofers coming on very, very soon in the next couple of weeks. He's going to be my first one. I absolutely love Gav to bits. He's so unapologetically funny at his own expense. Guy, he came to see me in my gig the other day and he said, you were literally didn't stop laughing at me, because I'm a similar funny, but nowhere near as fucking bonkers as he is. That bloke is absolutely nuts, and if he can make one person smile a day, I think that's just his mission in life. He is there to change people's lives for the better, and Gav is an absolute stand-up guy. Love Gav to bits, so we are going to be getting him on. It'd be nice to try and get some sort of local town celebrities. I say celebrities, you know, sort of big characters and big names. Any business owners who want to come on, whether you're a small independent business, whether your business is a little bit bigger, you know, it's an opportunity to promote and platform everyone, get to know people, and just sort of, you know, discuss and talk to people where you may think, do you know what? that pretty much sums up my life. That sounds like my life. Another guy I'd love to get on if he would like to. I know he's doing a pretty big challenge at the moment. There's quite a few big challenges. Another guy I'd love to get on is Ryan Coffee Thomas. He's a phenomenal guy. He's had a few tough years, but he's an absolute grafter and a soldier. He wears his heart on his sleeve, and I got so much love for that guy. He had a pub back a few years ago. He allowed me to be his first entertainer there for that pub for the weekend, and he's just one of these where he wills everyone on to succeed. And when you've got a guy like that in your life, and you know a guy like that, he is one to absolute treasure and cherish. So I'd love to get him on, because trust me, he's an equally funny guy, and he's got some stories to tell as well. So we'll definitely look to arrange. I haven't spoken to him about it yet, but I've kind of name dropped him now, so hopefully we can make that happen, but I'm sure that wouldn't be too much of a problem. So yeah, turning 40, guys. How did we get here? I saw a little video that my sister posted earlier with photos. I would say about 40% of the photos I've never actually seen in my life, guys, and that was absolutely crazy. That was like a nice little trip down memory road. And just trying to think, when was that photo taken? I must have been like 3 or 4 in some of the pics, 7 or 8. Some of them were taken in my grandparents' garden, photos with my mum and dad, photos of my mum with my nan, a load with my sister. I didn't realise that we were that close when we were younger. I think teen years we probably stretched more apart, because I kept going in and taking stuff out of her bedroom, I think, as the younger sibling always does. That's definitely what happens with my kids now. But my daughter, my youngest daughter, she takes it while she's in the room and then decides to hide it. But that's another story. So yeah, turning 40 is one of them ones where you kind of appreciate life. You look back and you think, where did I want to be? Where am I now? And is the journey as I planned it? 1,000,000,000% no. Didn't ever contemplate being where I am now. Certainly didn't think that I'd ever be doing a podcast. This, as I said, is the first one of a brand new brand of podcast, the Podcast Guy. Yeah, when I think back now, I look at it and I think, when I was younger, I think I wanted to be the same as 95% of 12, 13, 14-year-olds. Maybe sort of 8 to 10-year-olds. I wanted to be a vet. Yeah, putting your hand up a cow's arse kind of ruined that for me. But always sort of had a love for animals, more so for dogs, If you could just be a dog vet, I probably would be doing that. But yeah, I wanted to be a vet, and then didn't really have any aspirations to be anything else. Done a truckload of sales over the years, whether it be contact centre, sort of face-to-face sales, collections. And now find myself over the last, what would I say, 5 or 6 years comfortably on the entertainment scene in pub and clubland in South Wales, and certainly since a couple of weeks before lockdown, things started to change for the better for me. I changed my name to The Big Guy, so if you were local you may know me. If not, the link will be in the bio at some point during the video or the podcast, so go and check out my page. There's quite a few singing videos on there as well. I will post my link tree on the video as well, guys, so you can follow me across all social medias. So that will be Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Spotify and YouTube. This video will be going out on YouTube. There will be some video snippet clips going out on TikTok and also on Facebook as well, and there will be an audio section on Spotify. So plenty of opportunity for you to sort of watch and listen. So turning 40 has not been all that bad. I think for blokes it's very different to women. I think women kind of hit that process where they think, their bodies change slightly more than men, probably quicker than men at a certain point, and they sort of fear it. Whereas I've always been, for any birthday, when people say, oh, another year older, to me, it's just another day. It's been amazing to have the celebrations, and like my wife and my kids have spoiled me absolute rotten for my 40th, and I'm forever grateful, as they do for all my birthdays. But this one has been by far the most specially celebrated, and I'm forever grateful for it. But personally for me, it's just another day. I don't even know, Wednesday I think it is, whether that's a sign of old age or turn 40, and I don't know what day it is, but I know it's the 6th of December, and I am 40, so That's a positive, I suppose. So Tenerife was absolutely amazing. My wife did keep apologising and saying, sorry it's not Benidorm, sorry it's not Benidorm. It is a nice change, and I'm going to be going to Benidorm in February, so, and a few more times next year, and we got a family holiday in Benidorm next year as well in September, so that's going to be really nice where the kids are coming with us. Another big change then, where about 20 months ago, 20 months now, we're in December, I decided to go self-employed and do the singing full time, which has been absolutely amazing. But when you're on that high from the weekend, so you'd gig in on your Friday night, your Saturday night, and sometimes a Sunday afternoon or a Sunday night if you can be bothered. And then you think, do you know what? Monday comes round and you've had such a belter of a weekend, and then Monday comes round and then all of a sudden it's like, wife's in work, oldest is in work, youngest two are in school, the dogs are here, and it's just silent. Other than when someone goes past the window, it is absolutely dead. And I got to the point where sort of 19, 20 months in, I thought, you know what? The come down is just so hard. You know, the singing and the entertaining is like a drug. And I suppose, you know, if you've ever taken a drug, you have that come down sort of effect after. And from being up there on the weekend to a Monday through to Friday sort of afternoon, the come down hits you hard, you know, real hard. And I thought, you know what, I just feel like I need to do something to be able to find me again, keep mentally stimulated, because there's only so much you can do marketing, advertising, poster design for yourself. I found I was starting to do a lot, I've been doing a lot sort of that type of thing for other people as well. And I kind of think, do you know what? At 40, you kind of have to think of yourself and put yourself and your needs first. So I decided to get a job. So I am now the supervisor or team leader or barista maestro for Costa Coffee in Merthyr Town Centre. So if ever you are fancying a coffee and you are in the town centre, pop along. If ever you're fancying a coffee and you're not in the town centre, just drive down to the town centre. Park in the college car park. I think it's like £1.50. It's 70 pence for an hour perhaps. 150 maybe for 2 hours, over the bridge, down the escalator, tucked in the corner next to the old Wilco's, pop in and say hi, and if I'm not there, the rest of the team are absolutely amazing anyway. So I've been there now for, I say 3 weeks. I started in my employment 3 weeks ago, but then I had a week in Tenerife as well, so 5 shifts before holidays. First one back yesterday. Note to self, whenever I go on holidays again, definitely book the day after I come back off to have that chill to get into it, as opposed to coming home from the airport at 10 o'clock in the evening and then starting work at 10:30 the next day, and you just come home, sleep, wake up, go to work and think, fuck, I'm so not mentally prepared for this. And yesterday I wasn't prepared for it at all. I'm my arse from my elbow, which I am still new. Yesterday was my 6th shift. 4 out of the 6 shifts have been bang on mind. 2 I've had like mini sort of meltdowns. But again, I'm a big coffee lover, as everyone will know. Big shout out to Spend Some Coffee as well. She is my coffee lady. She is absolutely amazing. I'm actually probably going to message her now after this and find out if she is out and about, because she's a mobile barista, and see if I can get a birthday coffee out of her. She's probably not mine. She's probably just thinking, do you know what? No, I don't want to see you today, so I'm just going to chill and do my own thing, which is fine. But then again, saying that, I know she is down, I think it's Fondmine Castle. She did say she's going to be down there up until the 23rd of December as well. So if you are in the area, they've got lots going on for Christmas as well. Pop along, and if you do see her, make sure you support them, buy a coffee off her as well. Other coffee outlets are available though, guys. Just because I work for them, I'm not just going to say you can only have coffee from there. You have coffee from wherever you like. If you love coffee, you'll drink coffee anyway. Just don't drink my son's coffee, because he can't make coffee for fucking shit. Neither can my daughter as well, man. And I'm sure they just do it on purpose. No, just to think, do you know what? Bugger it. If we make a shit cup of coffee, I always used to do it when I was younger, when I was told to do the dishes. If you wash the dishes shit, then you won't have to do them again. So I thought, but no. Back in my, 40 now. Back in my day, practice makes perfect. Whereas now, we tell the kids, just fucking leave them. Do you know what? we do them our fucking selves, it'll be easier. At least we know they'll be bloody clean then. So yeah, this podcast has probably been a bit of a ramble. Again, it's more of an introduction to me, a lot going on. Birthday celebration, come back from Tenerife, and start a new job as well. So we are going to look to line up the special guests. Also as well, I haven't got them to hand now. I have got brand new mics, courtesy of Jack Percy from Movie My. I have shared a couple or a testimonial on my Big Guy page. He was the videographer for a wedding that I done recently, and also a big shout out to Bride Assist as well. The best wedding vendor that I have ever worked with. I was booked to go to Northampton back a couple of weeks ago on the 18th of November. Drove up, the bride, Tracy, absolutely phenomenal woman. A big shout out to Tracy and Chris. Hopefully it's been a great, well, where are we now, 6th? She's been married 3 weeks already. That's absolutely flown by pretty much. They put me in accommodation. They booked me as a secret singing waiter, which was absolutely brilliant. I don't know how many of these bookings that I've done, and that was the first time I've ever ripped a pair of trousers, and ironically I only bought them that week as well. I tripped on a wooden floor. You know, it's terrible when you trip. It was intentional, mind. The cutlery went everywhere. There was a lady called Georgina there who absolutely shit herself, because I always look and choose my targets perfectly. And as I was about to trip, she was about to get up. So on the video, it looks like she got up and I tripped as if she tripped me, and her face dropped, hit the floor. And then she ended up, she asked, was I alright? I started singing, she sat down, and I think she didn't know what the fuck was going on, which was brilliant, because it goes to show that, you know, what I'm doing as a secret singing waiter, it works, you know, it had the desired effect. Yeah, so a big shout out, I'll reverse it back, to Jack Percy from Movie My Wedding and Movie My Business, and I think you can find him on Movie My as well, across all social platforms. If ever you do need a videographer, he doesn't just cover sort of the Northampton, Corby, and I think Cambridge way. Don't quote me on that. I still sat nav to Porthcawl, guys, so you don't quote me on the area where he's located, but he is nationally and internationally as well. So if you want an absolute quality videographer, but not so much that, someone who's going to take pride and passion in you and your special day and capturing the most epic of video moments, then he is definitely one that you need to contact. He clipped me up, or mic'd me up, should we say, with the Rode Go 2 microphone, and it was just brilliant. It was so inconspicuous. I have got it. It arrived when I was away. I did sort of do the updates on it last night, but I'm not 100% on how to use it yet, so I thought we'll just go the old-fashioned way with the old... turn it around. With the old mic and the pop shields, and we've got the mixer just down to the corner down by there as well. So, yes, we are old school for today's podcast, but hopefully by the next podcast we will be up and running with the little clip mics. So, yeah, this podcast has been a bit of an intro to me personally. So, like I said, I used to be a part of a podcast. If you do have the opportunity, go and check out Acting Up Podcast on Spotify and on YouTube as well. 4 episodes together, and I was in all 4. They are going to be carrying on, I think, after Christmas. Katie's doing a lot of pantos. Panto season for them now, so they are big into panto season as well. So big shout out, but they are going to be coming back in the new year, I do believe, bigger and stronger with some new podcasts. So be sure to follow Acting Up Podcast as well, guys. Give them a listen, give them your support. Download the podcast as well. So if ever you're going away, that's what I did as well when I went to Tenerife. I love Paul Smith, and I used to listen to the Lad Baby podcast, and then I'd sort of listen to the podcast that we done as well, just to try and see how it flowed, really, because this is quite difficult as well, guys. And what I would love, if possible, I will put a section in the Spotify version, so like a little poll, did you enjoy it, did you not? Because it is very difficult now. When you do a podcast with someone else, you get the opportunity to sort of to and fro, question, answer question. It's difficult to podcast on your own, because you're not really getting a response back from anyone. All you're doing is just talking and talking, coming up with the subjects. If you have heard sort of like a snoring noise, guys, I know I've turned 40. I've not been dozing off to sleep because I haven't shut the fuck up yet. I've not been farting secretly under the microphone, but my friend, she is, should we say, too posh for a little bit of cold, and he is snuggled up on the sofa and he fucking snores worse than me. Now, Sandra and the kids will say that's absolute bullshit, but I'm going to call shotgun that he snores a lot worse than me. So, he's just done it again now. So, I am conscious that I have been hearing a couple of them, and if I can hear it may be picking up on the microphone because I have whapped the microphone right up. So, yeah, just know that it's my friend Loki. He's an absolute little legend. I'm going to go and pack down now, get the rest of the dogs in. I'm probably going to go and listen to What's the Story, Paul and Nori. As I was saying, they were the ones that I listened to. They got me through a 4-hour flight to Tenerife. So fucking funny, guys. I'm going to see Paul Smith for my birthday, to go and see him next August. So, the story, Paul and Nori, they just an absolute magic duo together. They're completely off the cuff. They have a drink, they have a smoke while they're doing the podcast. They're just absolutely brilliant. They got me through a few hours by the pool as well, because I struggle with sunbathing, guys. Sandra loves to sunbathe. I don't really catch a tan. Well, I don't know if you can really see any tan. Probably no fucking better than when I went to Tenerife. And then they definitely got me through quicker return flight, but fuck me, it dragged. And then because we'd waited all day as well, we didn't get back to Cardiff Airport till I think it was like a minute to 8 o'clock. Shout out to Cardiff Airport, mind. It's the first time I've flown with them, probably about 9-10 years. And we went in, we put our bags in, we went upstairs, went through security, and it was literally as simple as I just fucking said it. And then coming back, my passport wouldn't work in that fucking machine. Never does in Bristol either. I did make a joke and say I should really draw a longer beard on my passport. He kind of smiled, and then I think he registered what I said, and then he sort of looked at my passport a bit more. I said, I'm just fucking joking. He said, well, you're an interesting looking character. I said, I hope that's in comparison to my fucking passport. I said, because fat with a beard, I said, that's a music career waiting to fucking happen these days. Yeah, so What's the Story, Paul and Ori? I'm going to pack this down, let the dogs in. It's my birthday, so I'm just going to chill. I know my dad's popping down a bit as well, so I'm going to listen to their podcast, because they are, if I could be 1% as funny or as good as them. Jelly Roll is my favourite artist to listen to. Tom Jones is my favourite ever. Disturbed Sound of Silence is my favourite song ever. But favourite podcasters, What's the Story, Paul and Ori? Paul Smith and Laurie, wow, absolutely brilliant. So I'm going to sign off, pack down, go listen to them. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my 40th birthday. Have a great day, and I will see you very, very soon. Take care, guys.